living in challenging times. Families are under pressure like never before. From economic stress, social change, emotional exhaustion, and the lingering effects of global crisis. Hello, everyone. This is Family Health and You, and I am Chantal Guthrie, and you're joined here on Bless TV, where we catch the vision and join the mission. The Bible tells us that in Malachi that God desires to turn the hearts of fathers to the children and the hearts of the children to their fathers. Yet today, many hearts are hurting, disconnected, and overwhelmed. Our guest, Dr. Anthony L. Gordon, look at me giving you names, sir,
That's all right,
has spent decades working with families across cultures, countries, and continents, and has seen firsthand that while languages may differ, pain in the home often sound the same. In this episode, we will explore many major issues affecting our families, the lasting impact on COVID-19 on our family life, and what Dr. Gordon has observed in the homes across the world. Most importantly, Bless TV, we'll talk about hope because as believers, we know that brokenness is never the end of the story. Welcome again, Dr. Gordon, to the big white chair.
it's all mine.
It's all yours today. All yours today. How are you feeling today, sir?
I'm good.
You're excellent.
I'm
Excellent.
good, and I'm on top of my grave.
You're on top of your grave.
I'm in my able, agile body and my active, sound mind.
And your active, sound mind. That's what I'm going to start asking. When persons ask me how I am, I'm going to say I have an active, sound mind.
Yes, and
No.
that's a gift from God.
And that is a gift from
Right.
God. Excellent. So let's get right into the conversation. From your perspective, what are some of the major issues affecting relationships, as you like to say, mainstream
Yes,
today?
and you, in your opening comments, Chantal, you made reference to families across the world, overwhelmed,
Yes.
challenges. And if I might tell you what research has suggested and what I can concur as a fact, that the single greatest problem of families around the world is the absent father.
Wow.
So your anchor text, Malachi 4, fathers are to turn their hearts to their children, and children are to reciprocate
Kate.
and turn their hearts to the fathers in response to his turning their heart. Now, and the Lord says, he didn't go that far, if that turning of hearts does not take place, the earth is going to be smitten with a curse.
Yes.
And we are now seeing the evidence of the curse: brokenness, mayhem, dislocation, dysfunctionalities. And when we run this gamut of illness, one would sound like, oh, you're pessimistic. No, I'm being realistic. This is, by and large, the characteristic nature of families around the world. Thank God, all is not lost. Okay? However, we are facing a challenge that with the changing society, the dynamics, and dynamics mean power, the power play in society reverberates on the power play in the home. And you talked about brokenness. I listened to your words. You were on point. Because and you also talked about the side effects of COVID-19. I hear you. Oh, wait a minute. She has been reading my book.
That's right.
Yeah, because one of the major side effects, well, if I'm getting right there, is brokenheartedness.
Yes.
Of course, I know some of your listeners might say, does he know what brokenheartedness is? It is tachycardiomyopathy.
Big words. Break it down for us, please.
Tachycardiomyopathy, or shortened cardiomyopathy. It really means when, in summary, when stress impacts the heart muscles So it stretches. That's where takoisuba come from. It's a Japanese term. As a result of the stress in families, oh man, the relationships are strained. And as a result of that, they become dysfunctional. And so they're just happening, they're just existing. Talk about being in love. That's becoming rarer because survival is now
the thing.
name of the game.
Number surviving.
Right.
Just going through the motions.
Just going through the motion. And when the novelty of the new is past and the routine of the regular sets in, life can become boring and mundane.
Wow. So do you think these are new issues or have they just intensified?
That's the word. Nothing is new under the sun. Ever since sun affected the human family, these have been happening. In other words, let me say this. You know that the most gruesome murder, God forbid, that we hear about today now, you know, it's not worse than what Cain did to Abel. In fact, the most gruesome murder that took place on earth is what Cain did to Abel. All the others are multiplier effects. So I cited that to answer your question, that what we're now seeing is really brought forward, piling up, accumulation, and then the strains, in the same way diseases have various strains, relational illnesses have various strains.
And while you explore those different strains, you know, you've worked with families across different continents and cultures. You know, have you seen any similarities in the hurting families worldwide? Is it like, you know, we can say, you know, every family, whether you're black, white, Indian, Coolie, Chinese, everybody has this particular issue. Can you say that?
Yes. Let me tell you the basis in which I say that. Anywhere in the world you go for a medical practice.
Yes.
I'm going to go back to something I began in the first session.
Yes.
Anywhere in the world you go, the standard way of diagnosing primarily is to check your vitals.
Yes.
Now, every family in the world have those relational vital signs. Number one is the connection. When a family member does not feel connected to the other one, the strain is going to begin to occur. Then if the connection is weak, then the next vital sign, which I have developed in my practice lab, but that's where these come from.
That's right.
So the first vital sign of families around the world, connection, the minds. Hey, Chantel, as far as I recall, when we met this morning, it's the first time I saw you. I can recall interacting with you. But since then, we've become team.
That's right.
Do you know why? Because our minds are connected.
Connecting.
The second one is rapport. That means how we exchange, since we've been talking with each other. Not to each other. So I'm talking about I'm answering your question about issues around the world.
Right, yes.
So families, in so many cases, are not talking with each other. So let me tell you something. That is what I say. As far as I'm concerned, that's it.
And that's it.
You have anything to say? And so
you're using it against me.
Right. And so we become defensive and protective. May I just say something? Anytime you have to feel that you need to protect yourself against another family member, that's a sign that the relationship is deteriorating. Therefore, the third vital sign is going to be virtually non-existent. It's called bond.
Wow.
So the first vital sign that I check for relationships around the world,
the connection.
The second is rapport.
How you communicate.
Right. Speak and hear.
And listen.
When I speak with you, you hear it. It goes into your brain. Your brain processes it. And as a result of that processing, it influences your thought. and your thought results in your action.
Actions.
Therefore, we come to the fourth and final vital sign, which is support. What's that? Support does not mean, I always say this everywhere, support does not mean here.
Here.
Here's your support, take it. Support means being there. Being there.
Being present.
24/7. But that's impossible. I mean, my husband works yonder. My son goes to school here. I can't be with him 24/7. That's where we need to understand what support means. Support means being there with and for him or her 24/7, even if he is 1,000 miles away. Because the connection, have you ever said to a family member, you know, I thought about you this evening about 3 o'clock. I said, 3 o'clock? Wait a minute here. But it's about that time I thought about you.
You too.
You know why? Because there was that healthy, what we call telepathic communication between you. The minds are connected. So the answer to your question again, families around the world, if these four vital signs are not intact, then the relationships is becoming unhealthy.
So we have similar issues culturally,
yes.
right? But do you think when it is that persons connect with you on a one-on-one basis, the healing based on culture will be different?
Well, healing takes time. Now, and by healing here, we're talking about healing of relational illness.
Correct.
And where is where does relationship exist again?
In your mind.
The mind. So the healing of the impaired relationships begins first of all with awareness. You have to admit that, hey, this
Something
is
wrong.
not how we ought to be. That's one. Number two, after the awareness, you must have a desire for healing to take place. In other words, well, I know everything's not all right, but I can't do anything about it. Too
That's
bad
right.
for you.
Do what you want to do.
So, healing is not going to take place except there's awareness, a desire for change, for better, for healing, and acceptance of the facts that, this is really not how it ought to be. And I want it to be.
Want it to be
Now,
that way. Yeah.
how do we get the healing now?
Yes.
Healing can come two ways. You can do home remedy. You see, that's why my practice is family relational health.
Right, because you're already at home with the family.
Right, and you see, the idea is that I continue to draw parallels and analogy between the medical care of the BODY and the psychological care of the MIND. So I go back and I say, you get the home remedy, which means you have heard how to treat each other. You say, you know something, I need to be nicer to her. I need to speak with. Hey, so somebody's listening to this now and say,
That's right.
oh, so I need to learn to speak with my hand and not to. That's home remedy.
That's different.
And you practice it on your own. Now, what I do not advocate is Band-Aid. You see, Band-Aid in family relational health is unhealthy treatment.
That's right.
What is Band-Aid?
Just covering up.
Covering up. Listen, man, just forget it and move on. Here is some flowers. Here's this. Don't I'm treating you nice? That's Band-Aid. Therefore.
So we don't address the issue.
And now that you've said that, let me tell you a big statement I wish my listeners can leave with. Unresolved issues buried alive remains alive down there. Down there where? In your mind. You see, you just, the proverb statement, you push it under the carpet.
But it's still under the carpet.
Just forget it and move on. That's unhealthy. Therefore, the final stage of treatment, when such a situation is professional help. You see, No medical doctor wants to see patient because your finger is hurting. You run, come to doctor. You run, come to doctor. He could ask you, what have you tried?
What have you tried?
Oh, I mean, this is rubbing. It's squeezing the door. Get some highlight, something like that. But if the finger is swelling and it is making you unable to perform, then get up and go. Jesus says, he that is whole need not a physician,
But he that is.
but he that is not whole. And let me say this, that applies to relationships.
That's right.
So if your relationship as a husband, as a wife and family is not healthy, stop fooling yourselves. And, I don't want any counseling. That's why I don't practice counseling. I practice treatment
Of relationships. Okay. I like that. So we're going to be taking a break now as we continue to ponder if it is that we need our relationships at home to get some treatment.
That is right.
We're going to be taking a break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about the effects of COVID-19 on our family relationships. This has been Family Health and You. We'll see you on the other end of this break.
Celebrations, optimism. There are a lot of synonyms you could use to describe optimism: happiness, hope, joyfulness, positive attitude, high spirits. However, optimism might be best described as an enduring tendency to expect good personal outcomes. Seeing life from an optimistic perspective is something everyone should try. When you face challenges with a heart and mind full of hope, you'll be able to see the good side of things. With optimism, you can find peace and joy even when situations don't turn out the way you had wanted. You can start practicing optimism by smiling whenever you can. Laughter is indeed good medicine. It increases your endorphin levels. It makes you feel better, mentally and physically. Positive thoughts can help too. Nurturing good thoughts about people and situations improves your personal well-being and positively impacts your relationships with others. You'll feel the positive effects of optimism in all aspects of life. Optimism not only improves your health, but also helps you cope with adversity. Optimism is truly the joy of life.
Welcome back. This is Family Health and You. I am Chantal Guthrie, and you're joined here on Blessed TV, where we catch the vision and join the mission. We're continuing this very healthy conversation with Dr. Gordon, where we are wondering, is my family in a relationship crisis, and do we need some treatment? So we're banking now on COVID-19. You know, we were in isolation, lots of persons probably spending way more time together in the family home. Normally you'd get up, you go to work, you're out 9, 8 hours, probably 12. But COVID-19, everybody's working from home, school is online, so we're all in one space, probably relearning each other, not knowing how to interact with each other, and COVID-19 in that time. Do you think, Dr. Gordon, in your research, that family relationships took a better turn, or did we take a worse turn during COVID-19?
Let me answer your question pointedly, and I'm not speaking hypothetical now. From as clinicians, psychologists, we confer around the world. Here is the general picture.
Yes.
Relationships have taken a downturn.
Wow. After COVID-19.
After COVID-19. And let me tell you, it even stronger than that. Domestic abuse have spiraled.
Wow.
Now let us go into that. How could that have happened? You actually said it. Let me anchor my response in one of my memory gems I learned at school as a child.
Yes.
You ready for it?
Go ahead.
When I speak of home, and this is from Charles Dickens, when I speak of home, I speak of the place where those I love are gathered together. And if that place was even a gypsy's tent or a barn, I would call it by the same good name, home. Let's apply. This is the place where it's supposed to be a citadel of peace. After the rigors of a day at school and at work, you come home, hey, you're okay, and we're happy to see each other and so on. Unfortunately, that has not been so in too many homes.
Yeah.
But it was never shown until COVID-19
when we were
quarantine forced to stay in. And so we are blaming COVID-19 for the relationship breakdown. But the truth be told, if I'm to be COVID-19's lawyer,
come on now.
the truth be told, that COVID-19 is not to be blamed.
Probably.
These are what we call pre-existing condition. That's medical term.
Correct. And probably the families were just band-aiding it from before.
I'm learning,
man.
You're learning it. They were band-aiding.
That's right.
But know that they must breathe the same breath. And by the way,
Be
we
in
know
the
that
same space.
we know that was not a technical term correctly to use, even COVID. But I'm being hypothetical here. Breathing the same breath. They're in the same space. Because we know that while COVID was on, if a member caught it, he or she was to be quarantined.
Right.
We're not talking about that.
No.
We're talking about staying together.
In the same space.
And as you said, hold on, you again? In other words, you normally in mainstream society, we live in the fast lane. So, you know, some persons don't see each other until maybe weekend. We sleep under the same roof, you know. But this one gone at 5 o'clock. And so we barely bump into each other.
Yeah.
That's a picture. Not everybody, you know. But here's the end result now. As a result of that, families begin to discover, wait a minute, who are you again? And that which was not cherished, that which was not liked about you begins to amplify in my face because I'm seeing you
more.
Can I tell you what has happened?
And then probably you realize that I really don't like you.
That is correct. Guess what? I'm going to go to American President Donald Trump. When things were getting bad in his eyes between America and Mexico, he said he was going to build a wall.
A wall.
Well, let me apply that.
That great big wall.
That great big wall. Well, let me apply that. God forbid, as a result of COVID-19, many families end up building walls between them. Emotional walls. Listen, don't come here. Listen, I need my space.
Yeah.
And some feel invaded.
Wow.
In their privacy. Boredom. There's a diagnosis I've made for marriage. It's called greener grass syndrome.
Explain that, please.
You see, for many couples who were not really enjoying a healthy relationship, when COVID-19 forced them to stay together, then they begin to discover, say, I don't like you, and then greener grass syndrome, which means
started looking out.
You're right. You can't check you out.
Yeah.
Sex texting. And all these relational illnesses began to set in. And so right now, what we're having post-COVID-19 is a preponderance of these relational illnesses.
Oh, okay.
And so we in the family relational health clinicians as myself, we have to now be prepared to go into serious diagnosis.
Wow.
We have to do antecedents analysis, which means we have to go back, say, let's check back. And I have to do X-rays of the mind.
Wow.
Scans of the relational mind to look back on yesteryears where it is coming from. There are brought forwards. There are family of origin impacts. Brought forward, were never treated. Your word is healed. And if they were not treated, they can't be healed.
That's right.
But let me say hope. As long as a person comes into treatment with an open mind, treatment is possible.
I'm happy that you said that because, you know, sometimes we have a closed mind to one, as you said earlier, to being aware to actually coming to the awareness that something is wrong,
correct.
to even getting to the point where you actually want to be healed, you know, because you're already closed off to the fact that something is happening.
Yeah.
Dr. Gordon, tell our viewers, you know, where is it that we can connect with you? How is it that we can, you know, do you have a website? You know, what is your email address? I know that Mrs. Gordon is your personal everything when it comes on to your scheduling.
Well, you've already said it.
But tell our viewers, how is it that they can connect with you on
Yes.
outside of Bless TV?
Sorry. So we do not operate a physical office anymore.
Yes.
So we do online therapy.
Okay.
Because by virtue of the blessing the Lord has given us to get invitations from around the world,
Yes.
various continents, as you said in your introduction, so we're not available in office.
Right.
But we do a full-time online therapy.
That's nice.
Across the world, various time zones. Okay. And so email is very simple. Famarels. And
Famarels.
yes. Famarelhs.
Okay.
Family relationship. Famarels.
Famarels.
At Famarels int. Famarels int at gmail.com.
Real simple. Famarelsint
at
gmail.com. All right. So
Right.
if you want to connect with you
That is
outside
right.
of this space, you know, you're listening. You've been here from session 1, and now you're here at session 2, and you probably are aware of what's happening. You are aware, and you feel like, you know, you probably need to connect with Dr. Gordon on a different level. They can definitely reach out
And if
to
they
you.
want to do some home remedy in preparation,
Sure.
they can go online, Amazon.com, and find my books.
Amazon. Okay, so all 11 books are currently
No,
on
not
Amazon.
all of them. The current ones.
Oh, the current ones.
The family relational health, the biblical psychosocial priority.
Okay, that one is
family
on
relational
Amazon.
songs of praise and Bible verses paraphrase. And maybe another time I'll talk with you about the executive profile.
Okay, no problem at all. So, Dr. Gordon, you know, I'm happy how you mentioned, and as we're going to wrap our episode today, if it is that I am at home and I'm realizing now after listening to this episode and the previous episode that something is wrong at home, and I have been band-aiding some issues for a while, do I run to you now, or do I communicate internally? Do I, you know, do I call a family meeting? Or do I just say, you know what, let me just pack up the issues and carry them to Dr. Gordon? What's the first move?
I like the way you say it. So let me use one of my preferred terms. Ideally. Because family relational illness is not an individual.
Yes.
Ideally, it would be good that we sit together.
Yes.
And since, you know, your listeners are listening, maybe one family member is seeing this, and the other two or the other one is not here. Maybe we could set up a time and say, hey, I have something for us to listen to together.
That's right.
For our family worship, our social time, you know, because Blessed TV material is so alive and rejuvenating, so it's not going to be any boring as you watch TV.
That's not right.
So you say, let's watch it and say, hey, did you hear that? Do you think we need to get some
help?
So that's consultation,
You're right.
and the family is in. However, if an individual finds that he or she is hurting deeply, and he knows that the other family member is resisting treatment, then the answer is you reach out and get treatment. And I can tell you quickly that sometimes what I do is vicarious treatment. So I treat the one who comes in first after I would have diagnosed the relational illness. And if he or she, depends on how he or she responds to the treatment, number of sessions, and he or she is willing to be a medium, a channel to the other one, I can go into what we call vicarious treatment. It simply means treating the other person through this one by giving him or her the relational skills and knowledge and how to relate with him, the other one. other than it used to be before. So the other one was, what's going on here? I
Something
noticed
different.
right. So yes, so that's two ways. Can consult together, or an individual can seek help for and invite the others. And I treat from time to time individuals. Sometimes I have in my practice right now individuals, I have couples, and I have whole families.
Right, the entire family. Okay, excellent, excellent. All right, Dr. Gordon, I think we can talk until tomorrow, but we don't have that time because we're out of time for another episode of Family Health and You. Today's discussion reminding us that families everywhere are hurting, but they are not beyond help. Jesus said, I have come that they might have life, but they might have it more abundantly. And that abundant life includes our relationships. Whether the wounds come from loss, isolation, conflict, or misunderstanding, healing, brethren, is possible when truth, compassion, and intentional care are applied. We want to say thank you again, Dr. Gordon, for helping us to see that family struggles are not a sign of failure, but signals that care and attention are needed.
Amen.
We're not yet finished picking your brain. We will see you for another episode where we'll focus on some practical tools, conflict management, grief intimacy, parenting, and hope for every stage of our life. May God continue to strengthen your families even in these uncertain times. This has been Family Health and You. I am Chantal Guthrie. See you again for another episode. Ta-ta!